G'day, Steel Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Just like the graphic says, my thumbnail, the Steelers win 28-14. However, the playoffs don't go our way. Unbelievable, guys. Unfreaking believable. We had to cheer on the old man, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco and the Jets. They lose 11-6. Now, look, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant. I don't know where this podcast, vlogcast, video is going. I don't know. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone in Steeler Nation who watched my stream today. It was one of the best ones all year. Over 100 people in the chat. Thank you, Rod, for the 99. That was fantastic. Thank you, GH, for the 10. Thank you very much. This sucks, guys. No matter how you label it, however you want to paint the barn red or whatever Tomlin says, however you say this, that, or the other, the Steelers won today. They did what they had to do. And you know what? During the season, of course, it should have went our way. The Steelers were 7-2 since the bye. They lost to Cincinnati. They lost to the Ravens. They had a tough stretch at the very start of the season where they lost, 2-6, with losses to New England, losses to New York, and losses to Miami. You beat some of those teams, one or two of those teams, and you have a chance. You're sitting at 11, not 9 wins. So that sucks. But it all came down to relying on Joe Flacco. And the ex-Raven, maybe in the back of his mind, said, I don't want the Steelers to win. I watched the Jets game too. It wasn't exciting. It was a boring game, a very boring game. And by the way, Miami Dolphins, they're one and done. There's no way you're beating the Bills. And also, the Ravens are versing the Bengals. There's no way the Ravens are beating the Bengals. I'm sorry. They're one and done as well. It would have been more exciting to put the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs this year, going from 7-2 or from 2-6 to 7-2 to finishing with a 9-8 season. And Tomlin extends his record to never having a losing season. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And the Chargers will play the Jaguars in the last wildcard game. Of course, Chiefs have the number one. It sucks. No matter how you label it, you cheer your team on to win every game. You cheer your team on to get to the playoffs. You cheer your team on to win in the playoffs, and then hopefully get a Super Bowl, and then you go absolutely crazy. It's what we do every year. We are fanatics. We are mental about our team. So the overall hype's so high, and then you come down on that real low, which does suck. It really does suck. And to hold your breath on Joe Flacco moving the football down the field and the Miami Dolphins getting a field goal to lead 9-3 with 14 seconds to go. It just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't our time this year, and we haven't made the playoffs. We did make the playoffs this year, and we haven't won a playoff game in a very long time, but I am very hopeful. I'm very hopeful of this team, and I'm super proud. Like I said in my previous video, I'm super proud of this team. I really am. You look at the guys like Kenny Pickett. You look at the rookie class. Kenny Pickett, Connor Hayward, DeMarvin Leal, right? We're getting Calvin Austin back next year, okay? All those dudes like that in the rookie class, I'm super proud of them, 110%. As you can probably hear somebody doing something behind me in my street. They played some good football this year. Near the end, they turned it around from 2-6. Every man, their dog in Steeler Nation thought, you know what, the season's over. It's done. We're going to get a top 5 pick. The true fans stood by the team. The true fans cheered the team on to win every single week. And I think it was a successful season. It was. And I know we didn't win a Super Bowl, but we still have 6 in our pocket. We have a good young quarterback. The O-line played some good football today. Even the defense, switching to the defense played some good football as well, sacking the quarterback, Watson, 7 times, 2 picks, right? We win by 14 points. The Steelers are on the uptake. They're on the rise for sure. Definitely are. But it's really hard to stomach that we had to rely on the old Jets to beat the Dolphins. And I don't think if you were to label, because there was 3 teams, right? There were 3 teams who had a chance to go to the playoffs. It was Dolphins, Pats, and Steelers. Out of those 3 teams, if I try and remove my bias hat as best I can, and I am really biased. I'm a Steelers fan, right? I believe the Steelers have the better team out of all 3. But we didn't get the job done at the start of the year. Pats beat us. We lost to the whole AFC East. They all beat us. But when you look at it now, going into possibly in the playoffs, we could have been a force to be reckoned with. Would we go and beat the Bills? Maybe not. but the Steelers have 20 interceptions this year. The thing is, it is very frustrating right now. Very frustrating, but it's not totally a loss because this season did end and we ended 9-8, and it does feel bad that we can't make the playoffs. But next year, I think the Steelers double down. Or this year, sorry, this year in 2023, next season, the Steelers double down. I think they have a good draft. I think they draft maybe a corner. They draft maybe some middle linebacker help. I think Devin Bush says, see you later, mate. Catch you goodbye. Devin Bush is gone. I believe they might move on from Trubisky. I think they might even extend or sign Rudolph for a backup because I think they need a competent backup. I believe as well they go out and maybe get some receiver help. They could go and trade Deontay. I don't know, but something tells me about this team there's a winning mentality about this team right now. There's a winning culture is back in Pittsburgh. They won 7 out of 9 games since the bye. They won 4 in a row. The last 4 games they won against Carolina, 24-16, Las Vegas, Franco Harris, rest in peace of Franco Harris, 13-10. Baltimore, 16-13, they won away, right? Cleveland, they won at home, 28-14. They finished strong this season. The Pittsburgh Steelers finished strong, and that's a good positive to lean on into next season. Yes, we have to watch the damn Ravens. Yes, we have to watch the damn Bengals play, but we need to see them lose and get them out of the playoffs. I don't care who wins Super Bowl, as long as those two teams don't. As long as the Ravens don't win and the Bengals don't win, I don't give two cahoots who's going to win the Super Bowl. The Steelers ended their season really, really strong, right? Really strong. Even with Kenny Pickett, right? If I go to some of Kenny Pickett's stats for this season, the Steelers are 3rd in the AFC North. So next year we'll have an easier schedule based off that. If you go to the stats, Kenny Pickett was 64%, 2,200 yards, 6.1 yard average, which needs to get higher. 6 TDs and 9 interceptions. He's going to play better next year. 26 sacks. Right? Trubisky, not even going to mention his stats. Najee Harris, 249 attempts, 954 yards. Actually, this will be higher. I think Najee cracked 1,000. So I'm reading the stats that are from one less game. But I think Kenny had 7 TDs. So Najee had over 1,000. I'm pretty sure Najee had over 1,000 yards. Warren went off too. He had about 400 yards. So I'll wait until the stats update. But overall, guys, in my opinion, it's been a successful season. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think it was a successful season? If you made it this far, who was your favorite player this season? What were your favorite moments? Type anything down, vent, just type whatever you want. Whatever you want. You know, I might see a few Fire Tomlins. I might see a lot of Fire Canadas. I might see, great season. I might see a bad season. Just, as always, vent whatever you want. I'm super happy and proud of this team, man. Going 9-8, and for next season, I think the future is very, very bright for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anyways, guys, I thank you guys for checking out the Pittsburgh Steelers. I almost said Syndicate. Thank you guys for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. I'm all over the shop. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.